If we refuse to hold these people accountable in whichever means that we can, then this madness and impunity will continue for as long as possible. Hello everyone, I hope this video meets you well. So this morning, I just want to quickly talk about a video I saw of VDM, Very Dark Man, requesting for people to try and help in donating into his NGO accounts. As much as I understand where he's coming from and the picture of what he wants to really paint out, I totally disagree with the idea of that program. I would rather prefer to see it in a different way. But before I actually say all the things that I needed to say, just take a listen to that video and I'll come back and I'll explain what or my take is on that video.
Now, we can all agree that the educational foundation of a child will determine what the child will be tomorrow. Educational foundation is very, very important. Now, this is the reason why a lot of people put their kids in private primary schools for startup. Now, how about the people that cannot afford to put their kids in a private school? That is where the public school come in. But here's the problem with the public school. The public schools are no longer interesting because these public schools have old teachers. Teachers that are very old are supposed to retire, big belly uncle and big belly aunties. The young people don't longer want to go to the public schools and the primary school to teach. One, because the government don't pay them well. So the public school education is lacking. Now, the government is not going to do anything about that, quite all right. But we as people can do something about it, right? Now, I came up with this idea yesterday and I said, oh yes, I need people to help me fund this idea. Right. Now, what do I want to do? I want to make the public schools interesting. Give or take, every public school, I'll start with Abuja. A lot of public schools in Abuja, I will be moving some coppers to those schools. All right. Barely 24 hours since I announced my NGO. If I tell you how much is in that account now, you will not believe. If I tell you how much in that account, you not go believe. First of all, shout out to all the people that have sent money. Shout out to all the people sending money. God will bless you. And business, all these people they use NGO do for this country. Business. I will make people look bad. Anyways, now for my own project, which all of you will see clean and clear. I know the campaign, I will never be a politician in this country. I'm not interested in it in any way. Do you understand? Yes, we have to start putting good energy out there. And we have to start showing people the right way to do things. We have to start breaking all the ways, all the laws that's shitted with all these criminalities and corruption inside the government and the non-governmental. We're going to open them, guy. We're going to open them. Now, my own project is simple. You understand? My own project is simple. Is to create a very good educational background for children in public schools. Simple.
So from what he has said, it is a good thing, it is a good idea for anyone to think about how can we give our children a better quality education. And thinking that bringing teachers from NYSC, getting good teachers from anywhere into these primaries and secondary schools is a good idea. Yes, you can hear that he has said that a lot of people have contributed. Nigeria is one thing that I want you to understand. There's a lot of money in Nigeria, and there's a lot of passion for anything that is good in Nigeria. So if you set up an NGO and you make people understand where you want to go with it, believe you me, within a short time, especially if you have been able to make your mark and make your name, then within a short time, your account will be filled with a lot of money. Okay? But what you do with that money is what I have a problem with, because Nigeria had 37 states, 36 with Abuja, let's say 37. Okay? And Nigeria is not a country of 2 million or 3 million or 5 million. We have countries that are not up to one state in Nigeria, several of them all over the world. So if we are talking about a country like this, I can understand such idea. Okay, it can work. But when you are talking about a country that closely we are running to about 300 million, how many schools, how many teachers do you want to employ? And to even make it worse, that is the responsibility of the government. Every single governor in Nigeria, 1, 2, 3 years, within that short period of time, the amount of money that goes into their accounts, the FAC allocation, the IGR are running to about 500 billion in about 3 years. And when you look at what they do with that money, you ask yourself, what have they actually done with this money that has impacted the lives of the Nigerian people? Nothing. And then the question to ask is, if an individual or an NGO is beginning to employ teachers into our primaries and secondary schools, what are the responsibilities of our governors and our local government chairmen? What are their responsibilities? This money has been allocated to each state in order to make sure that our children are educated rightly, not just ordinary education, quality education. We have the money, we have the means, we have the finance. Why would any individual take up such action? And so rather than spend that money on trying to employ teachers for these primaries and secondary schools, it only makes sense to use that money in order to conscientize the minds and hearts of these Nigerian youths. Because where Nigeria goes to, it depends on these youths. So for the youths that are ready, the only one way that the Nigerian government keeps saying that we can take over the government is through ballots, is through election. Nigerians don't have the heart to come out and fight. So that one is clear. Revolution cannot work. Protest cannot work. The only other way is to now go through the ballots. Let's get as much as we can get together. Get their PVCs. And when elections come, let's identify that one person we believe, understand that Nigeria is not working and knows how to fix it. Rally around that one person and elect that one person. And if that election is being rigged, as we all know it will, then that is when we come out with that our leader in front to now take back what is ours, which is Nigeria. And that is where we need to go to. And we can even go as far as deciding to spend 5, 10, 15, 20,000 naira, giving it to everybody that can prove that they have got their PVC. If our leaders can weaponize poverty and be paying them 10,000, 5,000, 15,000 to go and commit atrocity, then we can give them 10,000, 15,000 to make sure you have your PVC. And then when the time comes for us to vote, if we have to do the same, then we do the same in order to make sure we get our country back. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time and everything. And thanks for subscribing. The few people that have subscribed to this channel, I really appreciate you. And keep on viewing these videos and keep on sharing, because the only way for us to get Nigeria out of where it is today is for us to have the movement of the people. The people at some point need to move, particularly the Nigerian youths. We need to move in such a way that we can take this country back from the hands of all these people. And it's not going to happen if we don't unite. So VDM, good work so far, but the truth is you cannot get teachers for every state. And moreover, that is the responsibility some people are saddled with. They are being paid huge sum of money monthly in order to make sure that these things are being executed. They have refused. And what we need to do is to hold them accountable. All the things you have been doing in showing all the wrong things that they have been doing, That is what you need to continue with. And then how we can galvanize and conscientize the minds of our youths. That should be the uppermost thing in our mind. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on my next video.